You guys want to hear a story?
Bleeding from the ear, vomiting after being struck. You're gonna have a head injury. Big time.
Got a collar, right? We get on scene and he had vomited a lot.
The vomiting is always a sign of concussion.
Slow down and then take off and then they saw him lay in the road. So it's suspected that he was hit by a car. There's a skateboard with him. He doesn't remember what happened.
What's about the bleeding from his ear? Right there. Down in his left ear, but the bleeding from his ear canal, that's usually cerebral spinal fluid. At this point now, there's definitely skull fracture.
He got hit by a car.
Retrograde amnesia. Retrograde amnesia. You will literally have such short-term memory loss where you only remember what I told you for a minute or two. You just know what happened. Think about going to sleep and waking up and not knowing how you got there. Try that happening every 2 minutes. Get you on this board, okay?
Look, like seriously, this is too much. I'm saying, I need everyone to calm down.
What do we have? I don't know. I got hit by a car.
It's almost like a little kid. You have to keep on repeating yourself. You can't get aggravated. You can't get upset with it. You just have to try and stress to them that you have to do this. You can't harm your judgment right now because you have been hit by a car. You may have a possible head injury. We have blood coming from your ear, okay? So we have to get you to the hospital to see what is going on in your head, okay? Come on. Come on. There you go, man. So you got hit by a car, buddy.
Am I still?
You're still in the normal.
Before y'all inject me over there?
We're not injecting you, Corey. We just got to check your chest real quick.
Any other obvious trauma you got on?
Nothing.
I feel okay, but I need to just relax for a second. We gotta get an IV in here, okay?
Not you're gonna be able to stick right here.
You're gonna wiggle your feet for me. Good deal. My body feels fine, my head hurts.
You don't remember what happened. You got hit by a car.
When did I get hit by a car?
About 10 minutes.
No, I got hit by a car. I'm sorry, but this is crazy.
You good?
Yes, sir. You got hit by a car? Yeah, you did.
Alright, can I just get pepperoni? Plate.
So in May of 2015, I got in an accident. I was in an accident and I cracked my skull. Those clips that you just saw were from then. I was on this local TV show called Night Watch, and they follow around the ambulance, fire department, and police between 8 and 4 a.m. I was downtown New Orleans around the Tchoupitoulas Street area, and I had just brought my friend a drink that I got from McDonald's for her. She was doing valet at the time, and so I went and gave her some drink, and she was over at a vehicle at the time, so rode my skateboard over there by her. She was really just right around the corner from where the restaurant was at the time, so I just rode over there, gave it to her. And you know, on the way back, I had put my hand on the windowsill of the vehicle, and we were just riding at like idle speed. It's really slow. I mean, like really slow. Like slower than I'm walking right now. And of course, when you know, I hit one of those little reflector things like this one. And when that happened, I fell off the skateboard, and I fell in such a manner that I fell kind of like, if I'm standing like this, I fell back like that, right onto my head. So yeah, that sucked pretty bad. At that moment, I became unconscious. Like, I don't remember it, but my friend, she did tell me about what happened in the moments thereafter. She said I did something like this, where I crawled up to the car and kind of just propped myself up. And then at that point, she said I just kind of sat there and was saying I was fine. And so she sped off and went and put the car back and gave it back to the person, you know, that was waiting. And then she ran over by me and came back and was checking on me and stuff. And then she said stuff just got really crazy. I started bleeding out of this ear. And then she said I started throwing up, and it was pretty bad. So apparently at the time though, when I had fallen and she had sped off, somebody observed it as I got hit by a vehicle. So that's why the people kept saying I got hit by a vehicle, and I kept saying, and I was so confused, you know, and I kept saying, you know, what the heck, you know. I did have, you know, I did hit my head, you know, but I knew that I didn't get hit by a car. And so I kept saying that, and you know, that was just in the video there where they are coming and picking me up. So that was pretty interesting.
This pizza is so good.
And so I was actually alright. I went into the hospital and they fixed me and stuff, and they made sure I wasn't bleeding in my head or anything like that, and they, you know, said I was fine to go. I checked out and everything was fine, but the nature of my fracture was my temporal bone. So under your temporal bone are your temporal nerves, and your temporal nerves are your facial nerves, and it's a cord of them that start right here and then spread out over your face, and it's on both sides. And so when I left the hospital and left the care of the really good ibuprofen for the swelling and whatnot, the next day, which would have been the Tuesday morning, I think, Monday morning, something like that, after I got hit Labor Day weekend, Saturday, Labor Day weekend in May. So when I woke up, boom, half my face was completely numb. Just, I couldn't do anything, not numb, but I couldn't move any of it. And here are a couple of pictures of it when I first got it. And so that was my beginning of my Bells Palsy. Now, since then, I have just been living fine, you know. The videos at the beginning of my YouTube channel, actually, the ones when I'm building my Jeep out the second time, and it's like the tour of it, that was actually right after I got hit. I was staying in an apartment at the time because I was still living in my Jeep, and I just couldn't do it. It was too hot outside. You know, I needed AC. I was like disoriented for about a week. They had me on some steroids to try and fix the swelling once they diagnosed my Bells Palsy. And so I used that time, those 2 months, to fix my Jeep and everything. And I was still working and everything. Like I said, I had to take about a week off, and then got right back to everyday life. In my older videos, you can really hear that my and face was kind of like this, like it had like a very muffled sound. Now I feel very confident in my voice again. It's not quite as, you know, interestingly different. I don't know. My social impact of that was actually mixed. I had a lot of people didn't even really notice until I said it. You know, they could have been being nice, sure, but for the most part, many people didn't really mind or see to care once they started talking to me. So I didn't mind that. It was a little weird because like I said, half of my face didn't work and I still had to do everyday life, and it was weird, you know. But I just kept seeing the day-by-day progress of it and saw that I was getting better. So within that 10 months of recovery, I've just been doing normal stuff. I do kind of rub my face every now and then to massage it some at the advice of some of the different places I've read and doctor's notes. I haven't really done anything crazy. I didn't do the TENS therapy stuff. The lady at the hospital wanted me to try it, but they wanted me to pay for it, and it was going to be pretty expensive, so I didn't want to do that. And like I said, it's been about 10 months, about 11 months so far. No, 10 months or so, yeah. May of 2015 is when it happened. And I feel like I've done pretty good. It's not quite 100%. You can kind of see I have a little bit of stop, like it's not quite finished over here and over here. But like I said, it's not a big deal. It's getting better by the day. I can whistle now. I used to couldn't whistle for 8 months, 9 months. So it's good. I talk a lot at work and stuff, and then with people, so that was like the main thing, just to talk and get my muscles back, smile a lot, laugh, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, it will come back. It's really weird. The human body is quite amazing, and this Bells Palsy has really shown me that, and it's pretty cool. Not everybody recovers from Bells Palsy, and a lot of people get Bells Palsy out of nowhere. So if you do your research on it, you can be educated and it won't be as scary. I've met a couple of people that have had it, and you know, a lot of people have just out of nowhere got it, and that would be really crazy. I actually had a direct traumatic event that caused my Bells Palsy, and therefore it's actually somewhat of a trackable recovery phase with the temporal nerves getting pushed down and stuff. So yeah, sweet. All right, so thank you guys for watching. Again, I am Corey, the Moody Traveler. I currently live in an RV and am documenting my journeys and my fun times. And not quite the fun times, you know, gotta keep it real. This is life on the streets, and thanks for watching. Peace.